Well, I don't think of what I do as a career. I think of it as a vocation, which may sound corny. I mean, people may say, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, it is a bit of a calling." And whenever I get asked by lots of younger people, of all ages, frankly, about what would I recommend, how should they get into politics, and how should they do this or do that? And my advice is always the same. It's to say, you have to remember this one basic thing, that if it's not about something bigger than you, something you actually believe in, then it's of no interest to anybody else but you. And you will become a narcissistic leader. You will be a leader that ultimately it can be quite poisonous. I mean, I think we've all encountered narcissism in ourselves, and we've encountered it in other people. And whenever you find it, you have to root it out, because it's a pathology that is often associated with leadership, and it's one of the dark sides of leadership. I think that therefore you have to always be testing yourself. Is it what do I believe in more than about whether I get this job or that job? I've had some good jobs, and I haven't succeeded at getting other jobs. I don't think that's frankly that important, as much as my being consistently honest with myself and with others about what I'm trying to accomplish, what we're all trying to accomplish in some team effort. So invariably, it's about team, and it's about others, and it's about understanding that a healthy project, a healthy positive leadership project of one kind or another, really involves working with other people, and it's not just about the I. It's not to make it too complicated, but the I is important, because if you don't believe in yourself, then you're not going to be able to convince anybody else about anything. So there's always this element of ego. People say you're putting yourself forward, or you're pushing, and you say, yeah, it's right. That's part of what it's about. But it can't be the only thing, because if it's the only thing, then, as I say, it gets wrong. It goes bad. And I think it's really important to remember that. So my advice to everybody is tell me what you care about. Don't tell me about yourself. I mean, happy to hear where you went to school, what you did, but tell me, what do you really care about? And then at that point, you're really testing someone's authenticity. Are they being real? Do they really care about this, or do they not care about it? Do they really care about anything? And I think the capacity to care for others, the ability to love, the ability to show empathy, the ability to be selfless when you need to be selfless, is really some of the most important human virtues. Because without those virtues, everything simply becomes a game of seeking power for its own sake, and then you inevitably abuse power for its own sake. You become corrupted by it. And it's interesting, as I get older, I realize, hearing myself talk, I mean, I sound like a kind of preacher of some kind, and I'm not driven by any religious certainty or of any kind, but I do believe that it's really important to have strong values that you actually are prepared to apply to your own conduct, and to judge yourself by them when you've clearly failed. And I think that's something that's really difficult, but important for us all to be able to do.